What's up, Ragin Nation? How y'all doing? This is Alex. You watching the Ragin Nation show, Transformers 4 Edition, just a web series where I talk about all the things that matter to me in the world of the production of Transformers 4. That's the fourth installment of the Transformers live action film directed by Michael Bay. And you've noticed that I haven't made a whole lot of news updates for Transformers 4 lately just because I've been working on the A3U review. If you don't know what that is, I've been working with ages3andup.com and also urbansamuraihobbies.com, and we've collaborated to make this web series where we talk about all the wonderful things that they have to offer at their store. And we're up to episode 4 now. We actually have 3 episodes uploaded on this channel, but the 4th episode is coming out this Friday or this Saturday. But it'll be out this weekend, alright? So stay tuned for that. If you haven't already seen any of the episodes, be sure to check out the previous episodes because they're a lot of fun. Anyways, another reason why I haven't been making a whole lot of updates is just because there hasn't been a whole lot of solid information out there. There hasn't been anything that's really worth mentioning, in my opinion. But you know what? Let's talk about some of the stuff that's been going on. The first thing I want to talk about is that Michael Bay has been in talks with Josh Duhamel to reprise his role as Captain Lennox for Transformers 4. Now, this hasn't been confirmed. They were just on the phone. And one thing about Josh Duhamel compared to Tyrese Gibson is that Tyrese really wants to be in Transformers 4. Josh Duhamel, he doesn't mind being in Transformers 4, but his attitude is that, you know, if they call me for Transformers 4, I'll be there. You know, if the schedule is, you know, good, then I'll be there. But Tyrese, on the other hand, he really wants to be a part of it. And I can understand why, because he's a fan right from the very beginning. We're talking about G1, right? So anyways, I would love to see Josh Duhamel back. He would be the connection between Transformers 4 and Transformers Dark of the Moon and the rest of the trilogy. One of the main reasons why I want to see him back is because Captain Lennox, compared to Epps, he has more at stake. I think he has a better background compared to Epps. For example, well, the only main thing that we know about him is that he has a wife and a daughter. And that's really good enough for me because it has that human factor that we can all connect with. You know, he's fighting for his family. He's fighting for more than just planet Earth. That's why I want to see his character back. And another reason is because I really like his take charge persona. He always expressed so much of a leadership quality about himself that I really like. And I think a lot of people overlook that because we're always focusing on Sam Witwicky in the first trilogy. But Josh Duhamel as Captain Lennox, I really think that his character has always been a no-nonsense type of character, and he really doesn't get a lot of screen time compared to Sam Witwicky, and he brings a seriousness to the battle. So that's really cool. Another thing that's happening is that they announced the schedule for when and where the 4th installment is going to be filming, and that will be from July to October. They're going to be back in Chicago. And then springtime, they're going to be in Detroit. I think one of the main reasons why it's going back to Chicago is because the production had such a great relationship with the city of Chicago, and the mayor. It was like a huge impact economically on the city. They really provided a lot of jobs and made the economy of the city of Chicago a lot better with their production. And one thing about Michael Bay, if you know Michael Bay and his productions, is that he really knows how to stretch his dollar. If you followed all his productions from Bad Boys all the way to Transformers Dark of the Moon, you know, he really knows how to make his films a lot more cost efficient and more cost effective as he continues to progress as a filmmaker. Now, it's also going to be in Detroit in spring, so that would be next month actually, April. From April to possibly June, they'll be filming in Detroit. Now, it's possible that they're also going to be filming in other cities in the United States, but the 2 main cities, Detroit and Chicago. And he's also filmed in Detroit. He's filmed in Detroit in Transformers Dark of the Moon. And you might not know this, but remember in the first big battle of Transformers, that actually took place in Chicago, Detroit, and LA. No, not Chicago, but LA, Detroit, and Universal Backlot. So there's actually 3 locations, but it's actually Mission City. They just edited together to make it look like one single city, like a downtown core, right? Because of that, Michael Bay obviously has a relationship with the city, and, you know, once again, it's an economic thing. You know, they're trying to be more cost effective by going back to the cities that they filmed at, and the city welcomes them back. Anyways, the last little bit of information that I have for you guys is the plot. Now, the plot reveal was revealed by a third party. It's not revealed from the official source. That would be Hasbro, Paramount, or Michael Bay himself. But this is from a third-party source. But it's an official plot reveal through a press release from the Michigan Film Office. And I'm reading it for the first time, so let's see what it says. I picked this up at thecollider.com, and it says, as humanity picks up the pieces following the conclusion of Transformers Dark of the Moon, Autobots and Decepticons have all but vanished from the face of the planet. However, a group of powerful, ingenious businessmen and scientists attempt to learn from the past Transformer incursions and push the boundaries of technology beyond what they can control. All while an ancient, powerful Transformer menace sets Earth in its crosshairs. The epic adventure and battle between good and evil, freedom and enslavement ensues. Now, I got one word for you guys, and that is Unicron. Okay, I don't know why that was funny to me, but they said ancient, powerful Transformer menace sets Earth in its crosshairs. So that's obviously in space, from space, okay? Who else could that be other than Unicron? So there's high possibility that Unicron is going to be seen in the 4th installment of Transformers. Otherwise, it's going to be some other character, possibly the Quintessons. I mean, the Quintessons don't have to look like the way they looked in G1. They could be entirely different, but it's possible that Unicron is on its course to Earth and looking to cause some serious havoc. Now, Unicron, just like I mentioned about the Quintessons, doesn't have to be as big as Unicron was in G1. They could do whatever they want with Unicron. He could be the size of a moon. He could be smaller than Earth. He could just be a giant Transformer, right? So that's what's going to happen. Now, what's up with these powerful, ingenious businessmen and scientists? Does that mean that humans are going to be creating their own robots and Transformers that can transform? Now, that kind of reminds me of the fan speculation that happened with Transformers Dark of the Moon. Remember when they revealed that Dylan was a race car driver and collector of cars? And then we saw the wreckers later on, like these NASCARs? We thought that Dylan created the wreckers as backup for the Autobots. That's what fanboys thought. I speculated on that, but that wasn't true. But I was thinking that maybe that speculation inspired this plot, you know, about these ingenious businessmen and scientists attempting to learn from past Transformer incursions. So that could happen, but anyways, this is all up in the air. There's not a whole lot of details. I don't even think any of this is spoilerish. It's just really, really vague, but all we know is that there is another alien invasion coming, and I don't know if it's a whole bunch of alien or Decepticons, but for sure it's one big one, okay? For sure, okay? So that's all we know so far. Now, the final thing I want to talk about is that there's really not a whole lot of news out there. You know, have you noticed that there's not a whole lot of like solid information? It's all just unconfirmed news updates. And I think the main reason why is that Michael Bay's like going into the Transformers thing like for the 4th time, and I think he finally figured out his security. They're possibly going to be filming in April. So you know what that means? That means they know everything about the plot. They know which Autobots and Decepticons are going to be in it. They know which characters, which human characters, which Transformers, and what aspects from the Transformers lore are going to be in it. They already know all the concept art, and they already know the character designs. But remember back during the production of Revenge of the Fallen and Transformers Dark of the Moon, we had lots of information leaked to us as fans through the internet. That doesn't seem to be happening. You know, it was usually around this time, and every week we'd see a new little bit of information being leaked out. We haven't seen anything. And I think it's mainly because he's got his security a lot tighter. And another thing is that we've been focusing our attention on a lot of other things. JLA is going to come out. Justice League of America, Avengers 2, Iron Man 3, other Marvel properties, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, another Michael Bay production. And there's just so much going on that it's kind of diverting our focus from Transformers 4. What I'm trying to say is that even though Transformers 4 is going into principal photography in a month, why haven't been a lot of people talking about it? There's not a whole lot of speculation out there. And I think it's mainly because there's so many other properties to focus on. So that's just me thinking. Anyways, what do you think about any of the things that I've talked about? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm looking forward to whatever's going to happen, whatever news that's going to come out, and I'm going to be reporting it all on this channel, The Ragin Nation. Be sure to like my Facebook page, The Ragin Nation, because we're going to do more Transformers 4 discussion and all kinds of talk about other fanboy and nerdy stuff that's going to be happening. And also follow me on Twitter. At Ragin Nation. Like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time. My name is Alex Yu. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.
Or round it off.
Round it off, like you see in a lot of third-party, and especially in
a lot of the KO stuff that's out there for sure. As you know, these are two Generations line, and it has been released both in Japanese and in North American packaging. This is definitely one of those very unusual instances where, in my opinion, the